Hello, Brownsburg Relay for Life. This is Pastor Dennis Roy here at Brownsburg Vineyard Church. And our church was so excited about the opportunity to host this year's Survivors Breakfast. Unfortunately, the live version of the Relay for Life was canceled, and so too with it was the Survivors Breakfast. But I want to assure you, we are even more passionate and excited about hosting next year's Survivors Breakfast. So you have that to look forward to. I was asked to share a few words today as the Relay for Life closes, and this is what I wanted to share with you. I have had family members, siblings, and grandparents diagnosed and die from cancer. And so as one who's been affected by cancer, I thought I had an empathy and an understanding for the impact that it had. As a pastor, I naturally have an empathy and a compassion for people who suffer. However, it wasn't until a recent experience that I had in my own life that the empathy that I had for cancer survivors reached a whole different level. I was told by my doctor that my PSA levels were high and that they wanted to test for prostate cancer, and so they did a biopsy. And that came back negative, but they said we could send it away for a different type of test, which they did. And that test came back and said that there was a 23% chance that I had cancer. I couldn't believe the pressure, the shock, the weight that descended upon me when the doctor said the word cancer. And even though 23% was attached to it, it didn't seem to take the weight of that word away. Because of that test, I was sent for an MRI, and after the MRI, they said they identified some spots, and on a scale of 1 to 5, they ranked the spots as a probability of 3 of those spots being cancer. So they did a follow-up biopsy, and interestingly enough, that biopsy came back and said that there was absolutely no cancer. It reminded me of a saying that goes, you don't know a person until you've walked a mile in their shoes. I have not walked a mile in the shoes of a cancer survivor. I've only walked about 10 steps. But one of the things that I learned in those few 10 steps is the incredible shock and weight that comes with a cancer diagnosis. And I can't imagine the ongoing weight and pressure as you walk through that entire journey. And so I want you to know that I have a greater empathy for those who are surviving cancer, and I have a greater passion to support Relay for Life and cancer research. Tonight, as we close the ceremony with remembering those who have died of cancer, those who have been affected by others who have cancer, and those who are surviving cancer, I also want to challenge you and encourage you to remember something else. That you are not alone in this journey. That you are not by yourself, and you don't have to carry that pressure on your own. The great psalmist in the Bible, David, wrote these words, "On my bed I remember you. I think of you through the watches of the night." So I want to encourage you to remember not only those who have passed away, those who have been affected by it, and the survivors, but I also want you to remember that you're not alone, that God is there to give you the strength for wherever you are in the journey. And I want you to know that I am here. Remember that I am here to walk with you. So I'd like to close this time I have with you with this simple prayer. If you would, close your eyes with me. God, I pray that you would be close to the brokenhearted, that you would be close to those who are grieving those who have passed from cancer. God, I pray that you would be close to those who have recently received a diagnosis of cancer and are just still dealing with the initial stages of shock. And God, I pray that you would draw close to those who are surviving cancer day by day and living a courageous life and grabbing life by the tail for all that it's worth. And I pray, God, for each of us, wherever we are on this journey and however our lives have been affected by cancer, I pray, God, that we would remember that we are not alone. I pray that the lights that we ignite tonight would remind people that they are not alone. Thank you for giving me this time and for allowing me to share these words with you. And I want to let you know that I have a greater empathy than ever before. Brownsburg Vineyard Church is here to support the survivors of cancer in any way that we can. We will definitely see you next year at the Survivors Breakfast. Thank you very much.